after college there. And so, yeah, you could go learn some stuff. That's fine, I guess, or whatever. Just don't listen to your professors. But that actually was the reason why a lot of women went to college in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. And it worked. For a lot. Marriage rates have plummeted.
No, it's not, you tiny-toothed tarantula. So Charlie Kirk is talking to a 14-year-old girl who just asked him his opinion on her going to college for journalism. And his response is, don't listen to your professors, go for your MRS degree. Are you fucking joking? This is a very common thought, though, with Christian nationalists. Here's the thing. No, Charlie, women in the 70s, 80s, and 90s did not go to college for their MRS degree. That's what misogynist, fake religious pricks like you said they were doing because you devalue their work. They went because they wanted an education. They wanted a career. They wanted options. They wanted their own finances. And maybe they fucking had a dream they wanted to fulfill. Because no, a woman's purpose is not marriage and kids. It's people like you who devalue women's work. And we see this with research now. From the 1950s to now, we can now prove that when women take over a career or a trade, the value of the trade goes down. Even though they have the same credentials, same experience, doing the same job men did, the salaries go down. And we can prove this with librarians. Used to be men, treated like lawyers. You have to have a master's degree, at least, to be a librarian. But when Dewey overhauled the library system, he realized he could hire women and pay them half as much. And now women with those master's degrees, those same credentials, get less than half the salaries comparable to what their male counterparts did. We see the same thing with computer programming. That was a woman's field, and it was poo-pooed and pushed to the side. And when men took it over, now the salaries have disproportionately increased compared to other fields. You want women to work, you just don't want to pay them for it. And you want to use the Bible, you'll stand and, oh my God, the Bible says, no, it doesn't. Jesus only ever addressed marriage in the sense that men couldn't divorce their wives and throw them on the street for any reason because men were doing that. And if you had actually read 1 Corinthians 7:8, it says, now to the unmarried and the widows, I say it is good for them to stay unmarried as I am. Paul actually taught being unmarried. This whole idea that a woman's place was marriage and kids and that's her highest calling didn't take place until the Protestant Reformation with Martin Luther. Why? Because it's always been about controlling women. Because if you gave a shit about family values and family success, you would encourage every woman to go to college. Why? Her husband might die. He might be disabled. He might leave her. She may have children to take care of, but you don't care if she falls into poverty as long as she falls into submission, because that is your goal. And the church, being a mini authoritarian state, relies on gender roles because without the free labor of women, it cannot function. And you use purity culture to do this. Save yourself for your future husband. Your body doesn't belong to you. It belongs to your future husband, but you don't say that to the men. You claim it's to center women around God, but it's to center their lives around men because their sexuality belongs to their father until it's passed on to their husband. It has nothing to do with their relationship with God because Paul addresses that. They would just be unmarried and focused on God then. You want them to be focused on men. So then you discredit their work and tell them to go to college to get their MRS degree because you want them to fall into poverty and submission as long as they are not more successful than you.